have a foam roller and want to use it, we're going to start the class on the roller. If you don't have a roller, just lie down on your back. If you have the roller, sit at the very end of it. And then recline back, making sure that the back of the head and the tailbone are both on the roller. We're going to start with the knees bent and the arms relaxed at the sides with the palms up, whether you're on the mat or on the roller. And just take a few relaxed breaths and allow yourself to sink into gravity and settle for a moment. We're going to come to the inner core, keeping as relaxed as possible through the rest of the body as we isolate the pelvic floor and the transversus abdominis. Pelvic floor shaped like a diamond, anchored to the tailbone, each one of the sit bones and the pubic bone. The transversus abdominis, a series of muscle fibers wrapping around like a big belt. Inhale, prepare, picturing the diamond at the pelvic floor. Exhale, shrink the pelvic floor towards the center and then wrap that big belt around and secure everything, maintaining the spinal position that you're in. If you're on the roller, you're actually going to be a little bit extra arched, but just maintain what you got. And then relax. And relax as you exhale and do nothing. I'm going to do it twice more, just like that. No spinal or pelvic movement as we do this engagement. Inhale, prepare. And exhale, gather the pelvic floor and wrap the belt around. Feel that snug support around the pelvis and lower back. And then relax. Let it go completely. Take a relaxed breath. Prepare to do it one more time. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, gather the pelvic floor, wrap the belt of the transversus around and maintain. Now if you're on the roller, I want you to just gently bring your back ribs down towards the mat so you don't have quite such an exaggerated curve. And then everybody will do arm lifts, maintaining a neutral pelvis. Inhale, arms up towards the ceiling, and exhale, reach back. So we want to keep the neutral lower back. If you're on the roller, you're already imprinting your back ribs. Inhale, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, we're going to go into a little head lift, keeping the neutral pelvis, the neutral lower back. Inhale the head down, arms up. We stabilize with the inner core and reach back. On the roller, you're going to reach your back ribs down into down towards the floor. Inhale, arms float up. And exhale into a little head lift, maintaining that neutral spine and pelvis. Once more, inhale, arms float up. And exhale, reach back, stabilizing your neutral spine. Inhale, arms float up. And exhale again into a little head lift. Now we're going to maintain the head lift and bring the hands behind the head. Stay while you inhale. And then moving on a diagonal, exhale, reach up and over, bringing your right armpit towards your left knee. Inhale back into the center, and exhale up and over towards the other side. And to keep your belt snug around your hips and lower back, exhale up and over, turning the rib cage. And inhale, come back into the center. Keep the elbows out wide. Exhale, left armpit to right knee. Inhale, center, one more each direction. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, center. And exhale, up and over. Inhale to the center. Put your head down. Take your arms up towards the ceiling. Drop your humeral heads. And if you're on the roller, you're going to really feel your shoulder blades wrap around the roller. So just let that settle for a moment. Make some small circles with your arms, letting the arms drop into the shoulder sockets as you circle, and then reverse. And then we're going to settle the arms down. Palms up towards the ceiling. Arms relaxed. Engage the inner core. We're going to start our alternate leg lifts. Reach the ribs down to the opposite back pockets. Imprint the back ribs and float the right foot up. And lower back down. Keep the pelvis steady. Reset the inner core. Reach the ribs down on the diagonal. Imprint the back ribs and take the left foot up. If you want a challenge on the roller, you can float the arms up off of the mat. Steady the pelvis. And lower back down. And back to the left side. And lower back down. One more each leg. Re-anchor and lift. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And the left side up and relax. Everybody bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Check that you have your neutral spine in place. So if you're on the roller, we're going to have the inner core engaging and the back ribs imprinting a little bit. And everybody keeping the arms as straight as possible. And in fact, if you're on the mat, also imprint your back ribs. Keep your arms as straight as possible. Reach back without bending the arms, only as far as you can go with your back ribs staying down and your arms straight. Then as you exhale, we're going to sweep the arms wide and lift the head. Bring the chin towards the chest, lifting the head. Inhale, lower the head, reach back with straight arms. And then re-engage, exhale, lift the head, sweep the arms around. Keep the neutral spine the whole time. One more time, inhale, lower down, reach back. As you reach back with the arms, imprint the back ribs. No extra arch in the back. And exhale up into a little head lift as the arms reach around. And then relax back down to the floor. Arms wider than the mat, palms up. If you're on the roller, let's come off to one side. And then everybody's going to be resting in constructive rest on their back. Knees bent. Arms relaxed at the sides. Give yourself a moment to settle if you're coming up for the roller. Relax everything. And we'll prepare for the pistons. Engage the inner core. Knit the ribs and reach them down to the opposite back pockets. Imprint the back ribs. Keep the arms relaxed. Lift one foot up. Imprint and lift the other foot up. And we're going to leave both feet up and find this right angle behind the knees and maintain it as you exhale. Reach the right foot down, tap the toes and lift back up. And exhale the left foot down. Inhale, lift back up. Spine stays stable. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Good. Again, lower down. Be mindful of the back ribs as the foot taps down to the floor. One more with each leg. And one hand on each knee. Flop the knees out wide and circle them around. Relax the inner thighs, relax the front thighs. Arms are doing the work, legs are passive. Reverse. And hug the knees in. Lengthen the lower back, lengthen the back of the neck. Gently press the back of the head down into the floor. Reconnect with your inner core and then pull your pubic bone into your belly button. And then see if you can keep your legs right where they are as you float your arms up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to make some knee circles. Steady the arms, drop the back ribs down with no movement in the rib cage. Roll the knees out around, drawing a circle on the ceiling with both knees staying together. Do one circle one way and then reverse and go the other. Keep dropping the shoulders. Keep those back ribs down. So make a big circle, but keep it in a range of motion where there's no movement in the shoulder girdle. Ribs stay down. You're imprinting as the knees move off to the side to stabilize against that offset movement. Keep the arms still. Do one more each direction. And then give the knees a hug. Again, we're lengthening the back of the neck as we lengthen the lower back. And return to the neutral tabletop. Relax the arms. Engage the inner core. Knit the ribs down to the opposite back pockets and imprint Lower the right foot down and imprint even a little bit more firmly as you lower the left down. And keep all that core stability as you lift the left. Little extra imprinting as you raise the right. And we're preparing for the 100. Arms down to the sides. Re-engage with the inner core. Wrap the ribs. Press the hands down and lift your head. Chin in towards the chest. Flatten the belly out. Use your oblique smile. Extend the legs if you want to. And then exhale for 5 pulses of the arm. And inhale. Imagine you're pressing down into something so the backs of the arms stay activated. Inhale for 5. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale for 5 pulses. And inhale. Flatten across the front of the belly. Exhale for 5. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Keep the arms active. Shoulders dropped. Inhale. Chin in towards the chest. Your eyes should be looking right at your thighs. Last set. And pull the knees into the chest. Relax the neck. And then straighten the left leg out onto the floor. Pull the right knee towards the breastbone. And relax that, pull just a little bit. Find your even balance at the back of the pelvis. Reconnect with your inner core and extend your leg up toward the right leg up towards the ceiling. Take a moment supporting the leg, point the toes and flex the foot back and point and flex and point. Flex, then point. Maintain your point. Pull your kneecap towards your hip socket. Feel your neutral spine. Knit your ribs down and circle the leg 5 times. Pelvis completely still. Rib cage anchored. Back ribs reaching down to the mat. Shoulders relaxed. And then reverse. Keep the leg nice and long. Reach down with the tailbone and up with the ankle. I'm going to bend that right knee. Use your left hand. Pull your knee over towards the floor on the left. Stretching the hip out. Adjust the right arm. Relax the right shoulder. Turn the face to the right if you like and breathe slowly. And then return to your back. Bring both knees into the chest. Lengthen the lower back and the back of the neck. And straighten the right leg out onto the floor. Pull the left knee to the breastbone. And relax that stretch just a little bit. Get your tailbone down, neutral spines in place. Extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Hold the back of the leg and point the toes. Flex the foot back. Point, flex, point, flex, and point. Maintain the point. Pull your kneecap towards your hip socket. Engage the inner core. Ribs to the opposite back pockets and imprinted. And circle the legs. Steady pelvis. Keep the back ribs down 5 times one way. Then 5 times the other. Keep the leg long. Reach down with your tailbone. Stretch up with your ankle. And then we're going to bend the knee. Use your right hand to pull the left knee over towards the floor on the right. If you like, turn your face to the left. Make sure that the left arm is in a comfortable place. Breathe slowly. then roll to the back and bring both knees into the chest. We're going to come on to the left side. Stretch out long on the left side. Left arm under the ear. Feet slightly forward of the hips. Top hand on the top waist or fingertips on the mat in front of you. Engage the inner core. And then lift your internal organs up off the floor. Raise them up towards the ceiling. Feel your anchoring around your core and around the waist. Lift both legs up and lift the top leg 5 times. And then lower the bottom leg 5 times. Squeeze both inner thighs together. Knit the ribs. Scissor both legs 5 times. Pelvis is steady, ribs still. Come to the center. Circle the top leg 5 times each direction. Your bottom foot can come back down onto the floor if that's better for you. 5 times one way, and then 5 the other. And then squeeze both inner thighs together. Work the feet. Flex them back. Squeeze the toes. Point the feet. Fan the toes. Flex back. Squeeze. Point. Fan. Flex. Squeeze. Point. Fan. Flex and keep the toes open. Reach. Squeeze the toes and pull back. Open the toes and reach forward with the balls of the feet. Then squeeze the toes and retract. One more time. Open. Reach. Grab and pull back. Lower both legs down. Relax completely. And then keeping your thighs where they are, bend at the knees so your feet are behind you. Engage your inner core. Take an organ lift. 10 times, lift and lower the top knee. Rolling the thigh out in the socket, keeping the right hip forward. Five more. Right hip forward. Keep the organ lift going. We don't always use the organ lift. Today we are. And then relax. And I want you to just bend the knees to a comfortable position. Align the knees right over left. Right hip should be tilted a little bit forward. Let everything go. I want you to feel that the belly relaxes, the abdominal wall is slack, the inner core is released. And keep the organ lift passive. Do not engage your obliques. Find just your inner core, the pelvic floor and the belt, which we're going to concentrate low around the hips for now. We're going to externally and internally rotate the top leg. So use the inner core to support the stability of the pelvis. Lift the right knee. And then lower the right knee and lift the right foot. Knee up, that's external rotation. Knee down, foot up, that's internal rotation. External rotation and internal rotation. Knee up and knee down. Roll out and roll in. Do it 5 more times, alternating external rotation and internal rotation. Keep the pelvis still. Try not to use your obliques. Rely on your inner core. And when you're done, rest there. And then turn over onto your other side. Legs straight out. Right arm under the ear. Feet a little bit forward of the hips. Left hip slightly rolled forward. Top hand on the top waist or fingertips on the mat in front of you. Engage your inner core and then take an organ lift, pulling your organs up off of the floor and lifting them up towards the ceiling. The waist should firm up a little bit, and then when we lift both legs, it'll firm up quite a bit. And from here, 5 lifts of the top leg. Pelvis is still, ribs knit in, organs stay lifted. And then 5 times lowering and lifting the bottom leg. Use the leg, try not to use your right arm. Then squeeze the inner thighs and scissor 5 times forward and back. Really concentrate on keeping the pelvis and ribs still as the legs move. And we're coming to the center. If you like, the bottom leg can come down. Circle the top leg 5 times each way. Remember, fingertips can be on the mat in front of you. Reverse after you've done 5. Then squeeze the inner thighs together. Work the feet, flex them back, squeeze the toes, point the toes, fan the toes, and flex back. Squeeze, point, fan, flex, squeeze, point, fan, flex and reverse. Reach out through the balls of the feet like you're grabbing something. Squeeze your toes and pull back with it. Open, reach, grab, and retract. One more time. Squeeze back. Relax. Let everything go for a moment. And keeping the thighs where they are, bend at the knees. Knees behind you. Find the inner core. Take your organ lift. And 10 times externally rotate. Keeping the left hip pushing forward the whole time. And take another set of 5. And relax that leg down. Let all the core work go. And bend the knees. Comfortable bent knee position. Relax into gravity and line the knees up. Left knee directly over the right. Left hip should feel a little bit forward. Now notice this waist is soft. Let the abdominal wall stay slack there and engage just your inner core. Finding the belt across your hips. And 10 times we're externally rotating, then internally rotating. Stabilize the pelvis, lift the knee up, and then as you lower the knee, lift the foot up. And roll out and roll in. Steady pelvis, external rotation, internal rotation. Roll out, roll in, roll out, roll in. Do it 5 more times. Keep the pelvis still. Feel that fluid motion in the hip. And then relax. And let's turn over onto the back. Come to your constructive rest position. Relax the neck and shoulders. Relax the work around the core for a moment. Sink into gravity. Then stabilize the pelvis. Lift the right foot up and bring your right ankle to your left knee. Re-engage the low core and lift the left foot up. Now find your neutral spine. We don't want to flatten the back yet. We're going to keep your tailbone down. Stay balanced on the pelvis. And lift the left leg up. And then bend at the knee. And lift. And lower. Straighten the left leg. And bring it back down. Do it twice more. And now we're going to stretch the right hip if you want. You can let the lower back go flat. Find whatever support works for the left leg. Don't roll onto your right hip, however. Stay in the center. You can flatten the back, but stay centered in the lower spine. Slow the breath down. Go ahead and relax the abdominal muscles. And then release, bring both feet down. Relax for a moment. And stabilize to lift the left ankle to the right knee. And maintain your neutral spine as you lift the right foot up. Keep your tailbone touching the floor and extend the right leg and then bend. And stretch up and bend. Lengthen and lower. 2 more times. Keep that tailbone down as you straighten and stretch the hamstring. And then go ahead and let the back flatten. Even yourself out in the center of the pelvis. Relax the shoulders and the belly and just breathe slowly into the stretch of the left hip. And then release. And we're going to go through the abdominal series very briefly, 5 times with each exercise. If you want a challenge, you can get on your roller again, or it's fine to just stay on the mat. If you're using the roller, we're going to do the same way as before, sitting at the end of the mat, making sure that the tailbone and the back of the head are on the roller. So we're doing each of the abdominal series, 5 repetitions, and progressing right through without stopping. Of course, stop if you need to. And find your neutral spine. If you're on the roller, remember you need to get your back ribs down. Engage the inner core, knit and imprint. Lift one foot up and then the other. If you're on the roller, your hands stay on the floor the whole time. Pull the ribs in, lift the head, go into the single leg stretch. If you're on the mat, you can bring both hands to the bent knee. Then we're going to the double leg stretch. Exhale away from the center, knit the ribs, and inhale, come back in. Exhale, if you're on the mat, your hands reach out behind you as the legs extend out in front of you. Neutral spine, knit the ribs in. And one more time. Then with the legs staying straight, 5 repetitions of the single straight leg. If you're on the mat, you can reach your hand up to the leg that's going towards the ceiling and give it a little pull. And then both legs are going to stay up for the double leg. If you're on the mat, your hands can support your head. Exhale down and inhale up. No change in the position of the lower back. Now really keep those back ribs imprinted. And if you're on the roller, you're going to put your head down and your feet down. Roll off the roller. And we'll all prepare for the crisscross. Hands are behind the head. Legs are beginning in the neutral tabletop, neutral spine. Be sure the pelvis stays anchored. Pull your ribs in and lift your head and bicycle the legs as you reach on the diagonal. And when you're done, hug your knees and rest your head down. Then we're going to turn over onto the stomach. Lie on your stomach with your arms down at your sides, palms up, legs close together. Engage the inner core, knit the ribs in. Keep the legs as close together as you can. Exhale, lift everything up, including the legs. Think of the chest and the thighs lifting off of the floor. Squeeze the shoulder blades and lower back down. And again, inner core, ribs knit, and then come up. Lift the thighs, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, and release. One more time. And lower back down. We're going to come up to all fours. And inhale, draw the breastbone forward away from the belly button. And exhale, tuck the tail, bend the elbows, move your hips back to your heels. Soften the upper body, stretch the lower back. Inhale, come forward, bringing the chest away from the belly. And exhale, engage the belly towards the spine, tuck the tail, bend the elbows, round back without humping the upper back. So 3 more times. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, tuck the tail. Make sure you're not extending your upper back to the ceiling, that you're just touching your tail between your legs. Twice more. Inhale, come forward. And exhale back. Belly button tucked up to the spine, tail between the legs. Last one. This last one, let's just take a moment in the child's pose. Rest here. And lift yourself up. Let the chest open. Take a moment to establish your upright position. And let's slowly stand up. We'll just finish with some chest opening. Lining the feet up in line with the hip sockets. Lift through the center of the spine. Make sure that the chin is dropped down when you're standing, not projecting forward. You want to feel like a puppet string is coming right off the very top of the head. Engage the inner core. Feel the gathering of the pelvic floor, the lift up, the wrap of the belt, and then the ribs coming down and around to the opposite back pockets. Stand at your full height with the ribs knitting in. Roll the arms out in the sockets. This is going to turn your palms out. Gently squeeze the shoulder blades, draw them down the back. And then relax. And again, inner core, ribs knitting around. Roll the arms out in the sockets. And then gently pull the shoulder blades together and down the back. And then relax. One more time, inner core first, then the ribs, then roll the arms out, squeeze the shoulder blades gently, feel the breastbone lift, and relax the arms. Stand tall. Feel yourself lifted to your full height. The chest is open without being thrust. You're standing tall without the shoulders having to be drawn up. And that's where I'm going to leave you. So off you go. Thank you. See you tomorrow for yoga and Saturday for Pilates. Let me know if you were here. And thank you. Bye.